Alright guys, sorry for that. I had some technical issues there with the microphone. For some reason it just seems to be struggling with the actual connector. But hey, anything can happen live, and it usually does. So this morning I'm gonna be doing some some flying above Sydney, Australia. Just I haven't done too much study of it. I'm just gonna enjoy it for what it is, especially now with with the news that I got for you. So hang on, I'm gonna just do this. Just make sure that everything is right, and we should be good to go. All right, so we are good to go, basically. Hang on. Just bear with me, guys. Bear with me. There we go, and we just need to have one more thing here, real quick. Before we start, we're going to be flying with a Gumball G2 Cabri, or Cabri G2, or however you would say, but that's what we're going to be flying with today, and it shall be interesting for sure. So let's have a look here, see where we at. We are good in the live. And just going to put the chat in here, guys, so that way at least I can keep track on things. As I say, everything is live, so we pretty much go we go along, let's see, could it be? Alright, it doesn't matter. I thought I had the chat in here, but apparently I don't, so we'll sort it out for sure, but that is kind of annoying, though. Oh well, let's just keep on going. Alright, let's get it flying. Turning the helicopter on. Rotor brake off. And we should be good. Alright. And the helicopter is starting up. To give you guys an idea where we're at, we are about here in Sydney. Sydney Harbour would be south of us. So this would be somewhere where the bridge is and the Opera House should be somewhere down here. If I know it correctly somewhat, so we're going to take it to the left, follow the coastline, into the actual bay, and hopefully get to see a nice glimpse of the Opera House. But hey, I mean, I haven't done any local studies as of the area. I'm going to just take off the names of people. We don't need that now. So let's see, but we are flying online, so we are going to see aircraft along, as we go around us, and that would be obviously players. So also, what's new is that I have a software now, especially having a force feedback Logitech Force 3D Pro. It's actually a force feedback joystick from way back. And I actually managed to find something called Air Force Player, which is a third-party app that actually allows you to have force feedback in Microsoft Flight Simulator, and it's free. So look it up, and I will. I'm not going to be linking it, but I'm gonna tell you again what to look for, just to avoid any unnecessary. Copyright or what have you, but I haven't asked for any permissions to link it, so I'm not going to do it, but I am going to talk about it though. So. And the software is called Air Force in one word, and then a new word, Player, Air Force Player. That's what you're looking for, and you can look it up, Air Force Player for Microsoft Flight Simulator. Should you have a force feedback yoke or joystick or any sort of force feedback peripheral, I mean, it should work. That's how you get it to work in Microsoft and Flight Simulator. Alright, so we are gonna do that. Don't need a curse in the middle of things. So today I have a bunch of stuff going on. I am gonna have to, well, I got stuff to do, actual errands today, which is gonna be interesting. I mean, having had 2 episodes ago, I was talking about cars and safety and all that. So today is my car's day. So it's gonna be on the annual, well, pretty much annual inspection. Needs to be addressed a little bit, you know, here and there, doing some adjustments, making sure everything works before I head over there, which is in about, well, actually 2 hours, give or take. But it should be fine. Hopefully the car goes or pass through. It's just to make sure that cars on the Swedish roads are roadworthy, you know, out of safety, or for safety, for everyone's safety actually. And so we don't really get to see a lot of bad cars on the road in per se. I mean, obviously they're there, but they wouldn't pass through those inspections once they do have to go there. But yeah, that's what I'm gonna do today. And well, a bunch of other stuff. Christmas is coming up. It's coming sooner than later, actually. Before you know it. And I gotta do some stuff around the house today and all that stuff, you know. But it's definitely nice to start the morning talking to you guys, bringing you guys along a morning tour. Just haven't had my breakfast and my 50 centiliter of coffee to get things going. Obviously, being Monday, I did drive my wife to work early. Going up at 4, well, pretty much 3:50 actually, 3:45 actually to be precise. That's my wake up hour. 3:55, and well, my wife is a baker, so works at a bakery. So obviously they do get up very early. But I mean, it's okay. That means that I get to have the morning to myself, pretty much, you know, for a couple of hours, which is really nice. Today it's a bit crispy. We had some powder snow yesterday here in Sweden, or north of Sweden, and overnight it's probably frozen a little bit, but I'm gonna have to get out there and work a little bit on adjusting the parking brake on my car. It's the parking brake center is actually sort of saying that the brakes are being engaged, or the parking brake, so it gives a beeping sound as soon as you start rolling, even though you haven't released the parking brake. So after this video, I'm gonna head out there and see if I can adjust it. Not a big deal, but I mean, it needs to be done. Well, that's gonna be a fail right away. And then maybe have a look at the coolant as well. It's being cold regardless, you know. So, and you definitely want to warm up your car before you drive, or you have an engine heater or something. Never ever drive a car in the cold without warming it up, and don't push it, at least if you have to. You know, like, let it warm up so that all the fluids does the lubrication, cooling, what have you. That's why you should never really rev an engine on a cold started engine. But you probably all know that already. I'm just saying, gotta say something along the way. So yeah, as you can see, the flight is actually a lot smoother now thanks to that force feedback software, which allows me to feel what's happening to the aircraft. It's much better at centering itself, so it's not going to have that wobble side to side. And that's also another thing that you can do in the flight model for the actual, whether it's legacy or modern. And if it's doing suspicious stuff, you know, when you're not doing any inputs, just switch to legacy and apply it, and you know, sit for like a second or so in your vehicle or aircraft, and then you go back and switch it back to modern, and that should probably, in most cases, so from what I heard, solve that issue. But just give it a try. I mean, it never hurts, you know, if that's the case. Now, I might be completely off here. So this looks more like suburbs rather than the actual cities. So we are discovering Sydney together, guys. We definitely are. I don't know. I mean, I have absolutely no knowledge of Sydney in terms of, you know, geography. So I'm gonna have a look around, pan around a little bit, and see what is to be expected. I mean, it's gonna be like a bridge, and to the right of it should be the opera house, right? But from the look of it here, it looks like we have at least one bridge there, another bridge there, but that's not the one. But it doesn't look too much of a urban city in that regard, you know, like it looks more like a suburb rather. So I'm gonna have a look and see where we're at on the map. I have absolutely no idea what we're doing here, guys. We're just a random guy in a random, fairly expensive helicopter for a ultralight school helicopter, taking off over Sydney, which of course would never happen in real life without proper training and actual cash. But that's the beauty of that. I mean, you could argue that, hey, why have military flights or aircraft in flight Microsoft Flight Simulator? But hey, you know, there's nothing to say that you can have both Microsoft Flight Simulator and DCS, for example. Why say that one is better than the other? Why just not have both, right? You want to have the actual simulation of the fully featured sort of functions, then definitely go for DCS. You know, like you're gonna have all the simulated systems and everything, weapons, bomb releases, all that kind of stuff, right? But if you want to take the same aircraft all around the world, have that freedom, roaming about and zooming above your house and that kind of stuff, definitely go all out on Microsoft Flight Simulator, because that's pretty much a whole different take on it, right? So, I mean, just don't compare games in that way, or simulators. They just do different kind of simulation. That's what it is. This one simulates the world, plus it simulates airflow, fluidity, you know, all that kind of stuff. It's perhaps, you know, a little bit more scientific in that way, I would say. So it's not all focused on avionics. I'd say DCS is definitely more focused on the avionics and the weapon systems. But I mean, I played both titles, and I'd say the feel for the aircraft, I mean, obviously you can't compare it either, because in DCS, for the most part, unless you fly those old aircraft, but for the most part I fly by wire, and fly by wire is pretty much the same everywhere, any sim really, in terms of, you know, the input feel. But in that regard, for the actual flying aspect of it, it's probably not my cup of tea, you know, DCS. It's definitely going to be Microsoft Flight Simulator, hands down, for sure. It is that good. Alright, so I think we are a way off. I'm going to have a look here. I mean, you could turn on point of interest to show. I might actually do that. You know, why not? Why not? Why not? Assistance, I think that's where we go. Points of interest, here we go. We want to have city markers. Why not? City markers, airport markers. This might be a good idea for you guys to see. And land markers. I mean, we could put art on there. Why not? Just to see something like that. Just for sightseeing, you know. Now, obviously, this is not what I usually do, but we're doing sightseeing, so might as well learn something along the way. Kangaroo. What's this? Kangaroo Point? That's what it said. I'm gonna have to have it a little bit offside to see. Or do I? Or do I have to fly towards it? I don't know. I'm just too close to it. Ha! This is so funny, you know, like, looks so arcadish in my opinion, having all these icons. But I mean, if sightseeing goes, you know, like that, unless you know or are familiar with the area, I mean, you definitely want to do something like this, because otherwise you're not going to find your way around, for sure. Yeah. Alright. Let's see, where are we? I'm just gonna... There we go. It's weird though how the things are labeled. Sort of like, right now I want to see the label, you know? But do I have to, maybe I have to turn all the labels on, like show all label, might as well. I mean, why not? It's gonna be annoying as heck, but hey, I want to see what I'm flying over. So might as well. Yeah, I'm gonna turn everything on here. Might as well. Might as well. Display all labels. There we go. See what happens. I mean, there we go. Now we see everything. We see the distance and stuff. This is actually really nice if you just wanna, if you're not really into the actual, you know, the immersion of flying. I mean, actually operating an aircraft and visually and all that. If you're all in for just the sightseeing of the world and enjoying the aircraft for what they are, for sure, I mean, this is a great way of discovering the world, because everything sort of like points of interest are going to be labeled. It's luxury right there. Huh. Yeah, I should probably do this a little bit more often, because that way I don't have to, being lazy as I am, I don't have to read and study too much as to where I'm about to fly. You guys probably know more than I do in certain areas of the world. And I have absolutely no idea where to go. So, I'm probably flying the completely wrong direction. But that looks like a downtown over there, like a skyrise. Well, skyrises. I'm gonna head over there. I'm gonna give it about, now it's actually, I'd say about 2 hours till I have to head out. Well, actually less, because I need about 15 minutes, 20. Plus maybe stop by the gas station to fill up on liquids and what have you. But I'm gonna give it about an hour, this stream, from now on. And then I'm gonna have to wrap it, so I'm gonna keep a track on the time. 6:45 a.m. in the morning here in Sweden, and that would be 5:45 UTC. Actually 46 now, and I'm lowering on the RPMs. What am I doing? Just speed up. There we go. So what I'm looking at is my torque, which is that one. Don't want to split the needles too much. The blue indicates the amount of power that I'm using, or effectively. The needle is the RPM, or well, the torque that I put into it. You split it, and you're gonna be sort of having a rotor wash effect, sort of like you're gonna actually, it's almost like stalling the helicopter in midair. That's what's happening. So you don't want to split the arrows too much. At least that's from what I understand of it. So you correct me if I'm wrong, but I think that's what it is. It's actually pretty nice because I get to see the locations. Looking it up later, might add some stuff later, post the video, some post-production in the description. I mean, it's fairly flat over here at least, so gotta say it's not too much other than just houses, a little bit of green areas, more ponds here and there, and more rivers and deltas. But over here should be something. I think the airport would be over to my right? So, I mean, I can see a whole like skyscrapers over there. That would make sense. Sydney being over there. I have no idea in terms of. Like I said, we are all on this together. Well, at least me. That's for sure. And I am the one flying us. What do you know? How about that? Definitely cool to have a pilot not knowing where to go, right? You just go along for a ride. Obviously, we do have plenty of fuel though, because what we're looking at is this blue bar here that is our fuel indicator. We're not going to be flying directly over the airport though, just for like some sort of like you wouldn't do that unless you have well, usually there's a restriction even for the authorities, unless it's a stated emergency or something, but you wouldn't just fly over an airfield. Now we're gonna cross either an approach or a departure runway here, but I don't think we're pretty high up, so that would not most likely be a problem. And I can move my head around with my middle finger on the throttle, sort of like a small thumb pad or a thumb something, I would say. That's what it is. It gives me some freedom, at least now that I don't use track IR anymore. I have a super ultra wide monitor, so when I fly myself, I usually use the whole width. Now I just use half of it, but gotta do something to make it easy on you guys. So you know, it would be stupid otherwise. What we are gonna do is we are gonna make a nice screenshot somewhere. So for that, once we are in a nice location, I'm gonna remove all the labels and you know, make it a nice clean screenshot for sure. Why not? I mean, this video is going to need a screenshot. By the time you see it, most likely, unless you watch it live, you're going to see that thumbed up shot being taken. It's going to be taken in the video, the one that you get to see as you discover it. So. Alright, we gotta work on the throttle a little bit. I'm too cheap on it. Come on. Gotta keep up the speed. We ain't got the entire day to get around. Alright. Let's just follow this little river. Seems like an important one. A lot of industrial areas here. That's for sure. A lot of industries. Factories and other... I don't know what's here actually. Definitely something. That's for sure. Yeah, how could I be so wrong? I mean, always look for those skyscrapers if you're close by anyway, so... Obviously, look for those skyscrapers and you're gonna find downtown easily. Especially in bigger cities around the world, usually the skyscrapers indicate the center of cities. And you can definitely tell there's a really tall building over there. I'm gonna have a look at it. So we are over Alexandra, soon enough. Sydney. We got the Sydney Football Stadium ahead of us, as you can see there. So I'm not completely off. I mean, we're in Sydney at least. Sydney Tower, 4.7 kilometers away. Yeah, we're definitely gonna head over here. Have a look. See if there are any nice skyscrapers. It might actually be... Some of them might actually have helipads on top of them. So that's going to be like sort of like a nice tour coming here now and then. And landing on one of those skyscrapers. Starting out from that airport that we did. We definitely flew in the complete wrong direction to come back. Double back pretty much because... but hey, you know... Racking up the hours, I suppose. Flight hours. So, why not? Why not? Train station down below? Sort of like a central station, maybe? I have to be. I mean, with that amount of tracks. Hyde Park. I think we heard about Hyde Park. Queen Victoria Building. Oh wow, okay, this is actually how we should do it, right? I mean, so guys, I mean, seriously, we're not doing it for the graphics or the amazements of I mean, obviously we are, but it's not going to be like that wow factor in that regards. We're just going along for a ride together in a fantastic world, though. That I can tell you, though. We're doing it because Flight Simulator offers you the entire world in such a fidelity that's actually a lot of fun doing it together, discovering the world that way. And it is that easy. I mean, you can turn a lot of assist on to actually enjoy the world even with a regular gamepad and easily fly around and still appreciate the aircraft for what they are and the world, you know, and you always fly, well, you can always fly online with people, although there are currently no way of communicating, as far as I know, with random people. I mean, you can always hit the map and maybe right-click them if you're on a PC and add them. Not sure about consoles though, because it is obviously also on an Xbox, out for Xbox, but and that's a whole different way of, you know, connecting communities over there. You already have a headset and all that stuff for the most part, but on the PC side, I don't know. We do have a crossplay, I think, so it's not just PC players here around. We do see Xbox players as well, so which is pretty cool. There's always going to be aircraft around you if you want to. Obviously, you can fly completely alone, but that wouldn't be very real either, wouldn't? I mean, part of the fun is to see other aircrafts around you. Looks like we have a carrier down there, or what it's supposed to be. A LCAC, or no, it's not an LCAC. I can't remember what they are called usually. Support carrier, that's what it is. Usually for helicopters and VTOLs. So it's not going to have that catapult that the main carriers have. Oh, there we go, the Opera House. Look at that. I didn't see it. I just so happened to come across it. So let's see, where should be a good, nice location? I don't know. I mean, maybe. Let's see. We can. This is the luxury, though. We can really. We're gonna make a screenshot here, guys. Just bear with me. We got the sun right there, so this could be a pretty neat screenshot. Gonna adjust the camera angle. Switch to my something like that. Alright, so now we are going to be using the camera, right? I'm going to go showcasing. Turn that off. Hopefully we are fine. We're going to turn off all the labels off, obviously, because we don't want those, right? Points of interest, and let's put it in hard. There we go. That should remove them. Then I have my Xbox controller plugged in as well, so showcasing camera, Xbox controller is great, even if you're using peripheral. We're gonna do the screenshot, I don't know, something like this maybe, and you get to participate somewhat in making the screenshot, maybe something like that, right? Try to not have too much reflection on the name from the sun. I don't know. I mean, we want to see the Opera House. So it's going to be very prominent. There we go. That should be a good screenshot. I'm going to have a look real quick, see that it worked. Well, we should have one. Just bear with me, guys. We are doing this together. Awesome. I think this is going to be a nice screenshot, right? Don't you say? Let's have a look. Yes, it is. Alright, we got it. Nice. Back to flying. We're going to head back to this app. Camera works. Cockpit. Remove that one. Go back to... There we go. Definitely want to have some of that UI for sure. To the markers, airport markers, might as well. Fauna, why not? And label. There we go. Alright, let's see. Will we fall off the sky as we engage it? I should have a quick button for that. Alright, so let's have a look. Where are we at? We are at the Sidney house. Or the opera house, I mean. You know, remove that mouse, come on. There we go. Enough of those markers, I mean, don't need to add more. Definitely have a lot more control about the helicopter now. I mean, it's not swaying like crazy. It sways the way it's supposed to or expected to. We do fly with real life, or real weather at least. But hey, I mean, that's really cool. I'm gonna pan around it the way I would. So you tilt the helicopter sideways and you use the rudder to initiate this circular motion to keep your nose pointed to the target you're circling around. Basic flying maneuver for a helicopter. But it's definitely one thing that you wouldn't be able to do easily if you had assists on for flying the helicopter. You definitely want to get used to flying it with as much of simulation you can get out of it. Obviously, if you have a proper helicopter rig, you know, like proper collective and proper torque pedal and the cyclic and everything. But cyclic, it's okay for me, and definitely it's okay in terms of my torque pedals. I do have a Sightseeing rudder pedal, so. But throttle, well, I mean, the only difference here for me, obviously, I'm using the Warthog throttle, but you just reverse it so that when you pull it towards you, that's when you increase your collective, so you pretty much reverse it. And that way you get quite a lot of fidelity to it. So. Alright, so we've done a panning around that. We're not going to challenge ourselves going under the bridge. Some bridges are a bit, like it looks like you can fly under them sometimes and you can't, so we're not going to. Usually fine when it's a handmade or handcrafted structure. They usually fix it, but default bridges, don't even try to fly under them, because there would be that invisible wall, because the satellite image doesn't know to put a hollow area underneath it. So seems to be some ferry docking areas here for, I don't know, like sightseeing boats maybe, or marina. No idea. Sidney Observatory, alright. That looks like a nice park in the middle of it. Barango. Barangaru. Barangaru. I don't know. I'm just trying to, you know, over-exaggerate things, because why not? Oh, okay, that is obviously, apart from the tower over there, but it's pretty much one of the taller buildings at least. Definitely has an interesting architecture to it. Sort of looks like a twisted, I don't know, like a twisted tri-blade or something. I think it's 3 blades being twisted. I have no idea. I mean, obviously they do consider the winds and everything that it generates and being submitted to. But that's a whole lot of science, or it's just not smacking a skyscraper right there and think it's alright. You know, you have to take a lot of factors in consideration before you smack something up like that. If you're gonna do it smart anyways. And we've seen that before, you know, with history, with not being smart and all that. So what is this thing? Is it a TV tower or something? I mean, it is obviously some sort of a communications tower. Usually towers are that. And then obviously if you have room for it, well, you know, why not just put a restaurant or observatory and offices there? That kind of stuff. The usual. Westfield, I'm gonna have a look it up. Some of these roofs though, looks like you can almost open them up, especially down there, and you seem to have a stadium down there on top of it, or it's just a skylight maybe. I'm definitely gonna have to look up some images afterwards. For fun, like I like doing that. A nice cathedral, slightly older, but in the smack of it. Yeah, this is definitely. Oh, there we go. I think that's a helipad actually. Let's have a look. I mean, it kind of looks like, or it could just be a circular area on the building. But let's have a look. Always work with counter torque, that way you can control it a little bit better, if you have room for it. But yeah, that gotta be a helipad in real life, but it's just not modeled. I mean, it would be ideal, right there. Nothing too high above and around it, but I think that would be a helipad in real life. Nothing down there, it would just be too cumbersome getting down there with its safety regards, There's always a funnel of winds in between skyscrapers in certain days, and I'm pretty sure you wouldn't want to put a helicopter down in between during those days, so it wouldn't be very ideal to have a helipad on the lower buildings in general, being this close to the others. But let's just pretend we pick or drop someone off by the Opera House, for practicing locations. Why not? Isn't that partially why we fly the helicopter? Now that it's finally in the game, that it's actually, or sim, I always say game. It's actually, I'm just trying to give it some homage, it is a sim, I just don't call it a game. Now obviously, some of the models in Microsoft Flight Simulator are just modeled, it may not be correct in terms of collision models. So we'll see, we're gonna try, but me trying to land on that step there, like the second step, see if we can do it. Or we might just go through. We're about to find out where it has collision model. And be committed, be committed. Find your target. Go slowly down, keep your control. Then lift your eyes above the horizon, try to keep steady. Lift your eyes up, don't look at the target. Don't fall too rapidly. You want to be able to catch it up. And let's see if we can slowly and nicely set it down here on the steps. Assuming the steps do have a collision. Lift your eyes up towards the horizon. If we can do a baby smooth touchdown. Oh, look at that. The stairs actually work. See, are they... Oh wow, okay, that's nice. So we can pretend dropping people off here, which would be, well, pretty cool. But I don't think, in real life you probably have, I don't know, the scale though. Is it really this, are we sitting that low? The scale of the railings, I'm thinking. Are they really that high? Like, or maybe we are sitting that low, I don't know. It just feels like the scale is a little bit off, at least on the railing. That's the thing though, when you develop some stuff in game and sims, you tend to never be looking at the ground level. You always see things from above. So if you never really taken a look at what it would be like standing on the ground, whatever you try to design, it's so easily been becoming wrong when it comes to scale, But it's still looking good regardless, and you're not really meant to land there, I don't think, when they designed it anyways. So helicopter really takes, well, the helicopters in general really take the whole different approach for the fidelity down on the actual ground itself, because otherwise you would just be passing over it at some altitude where it wouldn't matter too much. But now that you can land everywhere, it definitely will, reveal the level of detail even down there. Now, from an altitude, obviously, from an altitude standpoint, like, I don't know, like 100 feet, you're good. I mean, it's gonna look perfect, right? Cars and everything parked in the streets are actually 3D, even those down there. It's just that when you get down real close, you actually see that they are very boxy and the texture is not really that high. But from above, it looks great. It really does. And then again, obviously, these are being from photos, but you can actually clearly see the proper signs on buildings and text and such, and logos. So there's that. Yeah, I mean, what's to complain about, really? What do we have here? Oh yeah, this is actually really nice. I mean, imagine living in a house down there and have that view like across the bay. I mean, that gotta be, especially if you live down here, if there are, well, gotta be, yeah, there are some high-rise apartments over there. I mean, what a view, guys. Imagine living down there. Can't be very cheap, though. That wouldn't be cheap at all. What if there are any smaller, like villas down there, or small houses, like personal houses? I don't think, I mean, it's going to be just too close to the city for it to be, but still, I mean, having this view, guys, having this view, waking up to every day, oh wow. This view down here, and then you see that, you know, and the skyscrapers and the life of the city, you know, at night even. Oh wow, that gotta be priceless in a way. I mean, there's no price on it really. Let's continue down the well, delta or river or whatever. See what it is though. That's it's a bay basically, but it's sort of like a fairly deep bay, and it looks like it actually turns into deltas over further down. So. Alright, looks like we have some cool bridges over here. So what's gonna happen, guys, is that we're gonna have to land somewhere in Sydney, you know, and by the time it's time to wrap things up, I don't think we're gonna make it to any major airports. Well, maybe we will, we'll see. I mean, but at least just be ready for that. It's just maybe sort of like an incomplete flight that way. But we're not flying flight simulator for the full experience, you know, with simulating pilot work or pilot jobs or actual flights, because there's a ton of videos doing that much better than I do. I just do this because I have the passion of flying. You know, that's all there is, and the passion of flying everywhere. And then I just love sharing that with you guys. So let's see, what do we have down here? It's a marina. Yeah, it's a marina. Nice. And well, let's just follow this well, this piece of river and swing around, I suppose. Just having a look at the diversity. Another bridge over there. Some areas over there. What's this? The big sport arena? Or is it a commercial center? Looks interesting. No, it's a probably shipping hub for semi trucks. Or from what it looks like, there seem to be some containers, at least on the satellite image. Well, it's fairly spread out though. I mean, It's definitely much different from the United States, you know. Definitely doesn't look like it. Different types of roofs. Different types of buildings in general, or the whole language of design or architecture is different for sure. At least from the look of from here. I don't know. I mean, it's hard to say from above, actually. Could be. Could be very similar in a way. But apart from UK and the US, at least Australia uses metric, you know, kilometers an hour and all that stuff on the roads. So. Well, they do drive on the left-hand side. So. Oh, okay, Canada Bay. Interesting. Looks like we have something, some points of interest all along the way. Definitely gonna have a look at these areas for sure. At some later point as well. We'll definitely come back when we have, well, when I have done a little bit more studying about the area. Maybe I can tell you something cool that I learned along the way. Definitely like to share. And you might happen to be coming from this area. I mean, just fill me in on in the commentary down below. It's always welcome for that. Alright, so guys, let's head back over to the downtown area. I'm thinking that maybe we should land at the Opera House anyways. Wrap things up from there, and I am going to have to start attending to some of the errands I mentioned about earlier. Like I said, if you just jumped in late on the train, I'm going to be working a little bit on the car, out store, and adjust the parking brake, amongst other stuff. Checking things for the annual inspection before that, which is going to be in about an hour and a half, give or take. So that's that. That's what's coming for me today. Then obviously later, if you also follow me on my other YouTube channel, Swedish Raven 75, I will probably gonna be doing some daily adventures, and then on top of that, should have a schedule at about 4 p.m. UTC time. 5 Paris and Stockholm time is going to be a little bit of event going on with the last finale of the IAE 2952 IAE for Star Citizen at New Babbage Tobin Expo Center. I'm going to be showing you guys a little bit of what is going on in Star Citizen, that is, with my whole fleet of ships. But there's that, so don't forget to hit that channel as well. I should have a link to it at the bottom there somewhere on this YouTube channel, so that you can find it out that way. And well, I am gonna just have to pause it right here. I have something going on out here, so no, actually I'm gonna just pause it the right way for you guys so that it looks nice while I'm really quickly. Be right back. Alright guys, I am sorry I had to attend a cat scratching door. And I'm looking at it. Looks like I'm a little bit loud on the volume here. That's the thing, I haven't really worked things out on some of the setup here. So it's obviously going to improve over time. But at least it is what it is, right? Alright, let's see. Let's just no, I don't want to have my mouse there. There we go. There we go. Much better. Alright, so Alright, so we are looking at a building that I didn't see earlier. I don't think I took a look at this one. That would be... What's it saying? The Queen Victoria building, or is it... oh, yeah, it's just a different angle. That's what it is. It looks like the building there, but I mean, you could argue a building, or a bridge would be a building in a way. You know, or construction at least. We are descending and about to land at the around the Opera House, and that should, with everything going on, you know, me getting into tune again, and at a small break of having to deal with a cat. But well, anything that happens live will most likely happen. That's the motto. At least from my point of standpoint, or point of stand. And again, anything will happen for sure. Me not having English as my native language, and you guys gonna just have to bear with me. I am gonna have my tongue twister now and then. It's just a whole different placement for the tongue, actually speaking English compared to Swedish. So it's definitely partially why those tongue twisters do happen. Yeah. We speak in Swedish. We speak a lot more in back in the mouth as opposed to in the front of the mouth. So. All right, we're about to approach. I'm gonna do follow up on my own advice. I'm gonna actually twist around and see if we go around. Let's go around in a full circle. That way, when we do reduce collective on the way down, in theory we should have the helicopter turning or twisting to the left, you know, because they want to twist to. No, it wants to twist to the left, right? So, as you increase your collective, but since we are lowering it, if we do it right, timingly right, we should get the proper twist to slow us down. Turn our head a little bit. Always remember to look up. Don't want to look too much on the actual spot where you're supposed to land, or it's just going to be harder. You know, you don't want to have that in your peripheral view. That's it. You know, don't want to focus too hard on it, because then it's going to be hard on this final adjustment here. Look up, use the horizon. Well, much better, no? I mean, it wasn't too much of a hesitation there. And we did manage to land. Wow, look at that. By the Opera House. With the super high steps, I mean. Steps being these, I mean, it's a texture for sure. It's a little bit off scale, but, I mean, pretty good fidelity, being that you have this fidelity all over the world. So, by default. So, by having that said, guys, that was a quick morning warm-up flight. This Monday, the 27th, I think it is. No, it's the 28th. What am I saying? It's the 28th. And, oh, is it? No, it's the 29th. What am I saying? Oh, come on. I gotta have a look. Oh, it's the 28th. There we go. So, yeah, having that said, though, thanks for watching, guys. Don't forget to hit the subscribe and like unless you haven't already, and the notification bell, so that you don't miss out on future adventures and laughs and funny moments and outbursts and what have you. But until then, I am signing off.